Shadowlands. Aloha, good morning. Welcome to episode 3 of FloorCereal. This week we're doing
Bluey, season 1, episode. Just click the little. Episode 5, Shadowlands.
Okay, so in this episode, Bluey, CoCo, and Snickers are playing a game at the park called Shadowlands, where they have to walk on the shadows, and where the sun hits is crocodiles. Except that CoCo has a habit of changing rules to make games easier for herself. And Bluey is trying to encourage her through the game to not do that. So that's where we're at. Okay. Right off the bat. CoCo.
Very good sport.
Yes. Okay, think about any other kid. If you said, this is something you always do, they'd be like, no, I don't.
Especially
right?
with games, and it's like, you're making it easier for yourself. It's like, no, I'm not. Maybe you're just bad at it.
Right?
It would be like, I feel like most kids would get very defensive, and not that Bluey was like aggressive, but she definitely was annoyed, and
yes.
Not like a, could you maybe stop? Like, right. It was a bit of like a aggressive tone.
Yeah, and CoCo was just like, oh, do I?
Oh, I didn't notice.
I'll try.
Sorry, yeah.
Like, that is like peak emotional intelligence. Like, being able to accept criticism of your, like, actual self. This isn't just like, this is something she always does, so it's obvious, and she didn't even know she was doing it, which is even harder to take criticism of something you don't even realize that you're doing.
Exactly.
Because you're being made aware of it in that moment. You have to process the awareness and someone else's critique of it all in real time. And she's just like, oh, I didn't even know. Like,
didn't take it personally, didn't take it as an insult. It was just
and she never does in the whole episode.
Yeah.
Okay, that's just, we're starting off strong.
Right.
CoCo. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
No defensive,
no deflecting,
just
like, oh, but I was just trying to, like, it's just like.
But his Snickers is stuck. Like,
no excuses.
No justification.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, you're right. You brought this up earlier.
Sorry.
Yep.
Move on.
Exactly.
Is CoCo the most emotionally intelligent character
I know.
in Bluey?
She's being impressive. Surprising.
I'm going to have to keep an eye on this. Even there where Bluey's starting to, like, actively get angry, CoCo is still, like, in her question, is not accusatory or, like, whining or defensive. She's just, like, starting to the point where she wants to understand the request and not just, like, roll with it.
Yeah. It's just like I'm willing to, but can you, like, explain why? Because it seems like I'm trying to help you and make it easier for you. So why are you so adamant on, like, keeping this hard for yourself?
This rule doesn't help me. It helps somebody else. Yeah. I read somewhere that in the Australian version, or maybe the first version and they changed it for Australia too, I don't know. But somewhere it was Jesus who walks on water. And Bluey was like, we're not Jesus.
That's funny.
I hate biblical references, but I would have died.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, one. Why didn't they just stop the game?
Yeah.
To go get cupcakes. Because they don't stop games in this show.
Yeah.
Second, what are your thoughts here?
I think it's, like, reasonable, CoCo, like, getting upset because she's, like, she wants the cupcakes.
Right.
She doesn't understand why she can't change the rules. It's like, she's like, we're clearly at an impasse. Like, I can't see any other way to get past this, so can we just, like, have this thing?
Right.
And, you know, Bluey's obviously upset because she doesn't want to change the rules. I can't remember what her reasoning was for it, but
she doesn't know.
Well, yeah.
That's the whole point.
Yeah.
This exchange right here immediately made me think of parents and children. Parents are Bluey. Where they're like, you have to do it this way, or you have to do this thing, or you have to go to college. Why?
Right.
Because you do. Why? Because it's the only way to get a good job. That's obviously not true.
Right.
Like, but just because.
Yeah.
You know, like, there are so many, and college is just one example, but there are so many things that they try to get their kids to do or be or say that they themselves have no justification for. Like, they can't articulate why, which is where because I said so came from.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was a kid, I hated that phrase because it told me that the parents didn't even know why they were saying what they were saying. And I was like, if they don't know why, why do I have to adhere to it? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
That's exactly what this exchange made me think of. Like, CoCo is the kid going, if you don't know,
right,
then why do I have to do it?
Yeah. I think that too, like, I mean, she didn't know, but Bluey likes a challenge, and in general, it's more satisfying to complete something that was like a little difficult. Because like if you just like change all the rules, then it's not a game anymore. You're just like going the rules make the game fun, and the challenge makes the game fun, and the satisfaction of completing the challenge is like more gratifying than if you did it without the difficulties.
Well, and if you look at the other episodes, Bingo and Bluey are always talking about playing properly. Like, you've got to do it properly. You've got to play properly. They're not playing properly.
Yeah.
And I think that has to do with the rules of the game, and that you're right. I think you're right. The rules are how you overcome the challenge of whatever the game is. Yeah.
And then CoCo's changed behavior based off of the feedback that Bluey gave her.
And like, based off of her experiencing.
Exactly. That the rules make the game fun. Yeah. I think for self-management and awareness, it should be CoCo.
I think self-awareness is probably like a 6, because she's not necessarily aware, she's made aware.
Right.
But she accepts it really well, so her management
is
pretty high.
Yeah. She does pretty good. I'd say 8 or 9.
I'm going to say 9.
Yeah.
Like,
because that like
the way she accepts the feedback,
initial she doesn't get frustrated until later on when she's like
when they're stuck, like honestly stuck. And she's got cupcakes facing.
Right.
I mean, I'm gonna put Bluey in the awareness and maybe even the management category,
because she is recognizing what CoCo's doing.
Right. And she's annoyed, but she's not accusing in an angry way.
Yeah.
And she's trying to hold her friend accountable to ruining the games. Yeah. Social awareness, I'm gonna put it like 7.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And then management, I'm gonna bump that to 8. I think Snickers is straight in the empathy category.
Yeah.
For this one, because he's like trying to support both sides, and like, I told you it would be fun, and oh, but maybe like,
yeah, but it's like, come on, Bluey, like, it's cupcakes. We're stuck.
We're stuck on a Palm Tree
It'll
Island.
Still be Shadowlands. Just let me get to the cupcakes.
Yes, he's trying so hard to like manage both sides and keep everyone kind of happy. Okay, I'm gonna put him at what?
7, 8.
So what we're gonna do with the star chart every week is have it. We don't have. Oh yeah, we'll have it on my Instagram, which is Persephone Jane. And then, are you gonna do it on the star chart on TikTok at all?
Like, we could do like a reveal, like a funny little reveal video.
So if you want to see them or reference them, that's where they'll be. TikTok is at FloorCereal. And that's today's episode. All right. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Could they walk on their own shadows?
Maybe.